Hey, everybody, and welcome to tonight's session of Variant Roles Presents Urban Shadows Juno Darkness Beckons. I'm your MC, Taryn Winnie, and I use he, him pronouns, and I'm joined by a wonderful, wonderful cast. We're all back together again. Thank goodness, at least for a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and have them introduce themselves, who they're playing, and I think we might as well just go ahead and roll into rumors and stuff and how that all worked out for you. So, who would like to kick us off first? Max.
Me. Yay. Hi, I'm Max. Can be found at allmax220. I use he, him pronouns, much like my character Red Abernathy, who is an aware private detective who's gotten himself into some trouble. Yay! Because isn't that what this game's all about? And rumor, I chose that I trusted Gallant the least, and for that, Knight was chosen for me as a faction. The rumor being that the werewolf pack in town is hot on the trail of someone who was found snooping around their territory. And for that, I rolled a total of 7, which I believe puts me in the thick of it.
It does, in fact, put you in the thick of it. So
is that a 1-for-1 sort of thing?
Yes. Sorry, we're just examining the overlay for a second. It'll all work out. But yes, that is a 1-for-1 thing, and so you're exchanging debt with somebody in the Knight faction. Anybody in particular you are curious about exchanging debts with?
So I'm not creating a new NPC.
Much appreciated. We have plenty.
We have Crawford, we have Lawrence, we've got other people in the wolf pack.
Well, Crawford's power, but
no, Crawford, sorry, I meant Conrad because of the K names.
Yep, and Chadwick. Don't forget Chadwick.
Chadwick. I want Chadwick. I will take one with Chadwick.
Are you gonna give one to Chadwick too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I can always refuse it.
All right. Awesome. Who's up next?
I can go. Hello, I'm Maria. I use she, they pronouns. Tonight I'm playing Kay Belton, who uses they, them pronouns. And I just closed the tab that I had open. It's fine. Everything's fine. Kay is tainted, made pacts with demon powers, and is more and more turning into a demon and less turning into a person. The rumor that Kay has, Kay trusted Red the least, had a rumor about power, in that the mayor, good old Mr. Valentine, has invited an immortal into their inner circle, working closely with them in secret. Also, I rolled a 5, which is not great.
Oh, interesting. It's very, very interesting.
It's great.
That's yeah. I'm just very glad to know that. Because 5 means you're unprepared for it, and somebody's coming for you. But
who isn't, though?
Let's be honest. All right, so who's up next?
I can go.
Cool.
So I decided that I'm Matthew Furman. Hello, hi. I use he, him pronouns. So does my character, Gallant, who is a mortal wizard who's trying to save everybody all at once. I chose Red Abernathy as least trusted, and he chose mortal for me. And I rolled an 11, which means I'm like prepared or something. And my rumor was, it was that there was a mortal spy in the mayor's office, but they were in danger, like of being found out.
And you rolled an 11.
I did.
So that means that you are extra prepared for the conflict, laid out. You get a debt on someone in that faction, or a useful piece of information or equipment. Your choice.
What were those options again?
A debt on someone in the faction, a useful piece of information or equipment.
I want a frickin' debt. I want a debt on Steve.
Okay.
Because I don't like his punk ass.
He's like at least your age.
Yeah, well, he's a punk.
Unto Gallant. Got it. I'm setting up the title real fast.
Okay. What?
Oh, title on the stream is fine.
Yeah, it's good.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
It still says Avernus for me.
Just
If
have
you,
to, yeah, it's good for
if
me.
you refresh, you should be good.
Sweet.
We're here. We're back.
We're doing great.
We're
We're doing
doing
just
great.
great. Everyone's doing great. Yes. Ty. Hi.
I am Ty. I use he him pronouns, and so does my character, Dmitry Chopenko. He is the Ukrainian hunter who is killing things and helping train Kay's sibling, Lauren. I trust Kay the least, and I was picked wild with my only faction left. My rumor was that the Fae that destroyed the Ghoul facility were mobilizing to strike again. And I rolled a 7. Or sorry, 9.
9. So you get to swap some debts.
I'm gonna say with Wild, I think it's is he? I don't know if he's still. I was gonna say Benji, but I don't know if he's still a Wild, is he?
Technically not.
Okay, Wild. Who's in Wild?
Wild Mildred.
That's me. The Dumas family.
The Dumas family. Root is another Fae.
Oh yeah, Root. Sure, why not?
Okay. So just swapping.
Yeah, we'll just swap it.
Okay, to and from Dmitry. All right. So that is that all taken care of. Matthew, not Matthew, Max. You're muted, my friend.
Yeah, I figured that out as I was saying it. All right, so into the recap. Last week on Juno, Darkness Beckons, Red got picked up by FBI agent Crawford to ask some questions. In return for very few answers, Red mentioned there was a small group of hunters in the area organizing. Well, at the Narrows, after the events at Peter's home, Kay and Lauren had a heart-to-heart about how different things were now. Then Dmitry offered to help Lauren craft her own hunter weapon, and she chose a glaive for practicality purposes. Red went to Kay's empty home to snoop around and found a locked safe. With their reluctant help, Kay got the safe open and found a single mysterious journal. And that's where we left off with last week's episode of Juno, Darkness Beckons.
And welcome back. So I think for the last session, we had sort of rolled to the end of the evening after a very sort of passionate culmination of the destruction of one of the true threats to Juno, at least in the party's eyes, and sort of a wind down in one way or the other. So we're going to fast forward a couple of days. It was Monday. It is now Thursday. Over that time, Gallant, Thursday morning, you're checking your mail. There is plenty of junk mail. Does Gallant check his mail often, or is this sort of a once in a while sort of situation?
I'd say he checks it once in a while.
All right. So after scanning through a lot of advertisements for lawyers of different types, insurance, payday loans, and snow removal, you come across a very fancy, very official envelope addressed from the City Hall of Juno with your name printed neatly on the front.
I'll open it.
Dear Gallant, your presence is requested at the mayor's office this afternoon. There is a banquet being held in your honor to pay you back for the unfortunate circumstances of your improper imprisonment. You are allowed 1 + 1, and dinner will be served promptly at 5:30, and the mayor will be directly addressing you and bringing you up on stage at 6. attire is business casual if you can afford it, and such and such and such and such.
Well, I guess I need a date. But tuck it in my pocket and hop in my truck. I'm gonna head to Steve's.
As we pan back from the old Ford pickup making its way over to the Narrows bar, we cut over to Kay's house, or wherever Kay is in the morning, probably still sleeping. A bright screen flashes on the nightstand, and another vibrate, and another vibrate, and another vibrate.
Reach over, pick up the phone.
It's a number you haven't gotten contacted from in a while. Conrad reads across the screen.
I answer it. Hello?
Okay. Good morning.
It's been a while.
You busy? Sorry, I shouldn't ask that. You've been busy.
Yeah, I heard you wanted to talk.
Yep. Just finally getting free. What do you say? Dinner?
Sure. What do you like these days?
You know me. I like variety.
Okay. I find myself without a car. If you can.
I'll send an escort. Say 7:30.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Fantastic. I can't wait.
Just hang up.
You hear a light knock on the door frame. You all right in there?
Yeah.
I made coffee and I burned eggs.
I'll be down in a second.
Okay. Then just you hear this awkward shuffle and they continue down, and she continues downstairs. Kids, that's who, Matthew. Kids burn eggs.
Kids burn eggs.
And as we pan away, we cut out and then back to Red. You have finally found the information you've been looking for on this scholar. How to get a hold of them, how to contact, and where to find them. Who is it, and where are they?
Oh, God. Of course, me not writing down names.
I'm making you come up with this NPC name because I forgot it.
Okay, so we're just completely retconning. That was just their code name.
Yes.
I remember her name.
Yes.
Okay. We'll say it was Lola Bradley.
Lola Bradley, the scholar.
And so I'm going to say I'm probably still sleeping at Leroy's safe house.
Mm-hmm. There have been a few choice encounters with Mr. Leroy, but nothing too terrible.
Okay. Still suspicious about the attack on him and keeping an eye out for any extra knuckle hair. So, okay, I'm going to give Lola a call. And I believe there's a couple of things that I was supposed to ask about. This was about the solstice and potential of human or other faction sacrifices. Was the big one I wanted to talk about.
Yep.
And also removing potential demon possession. So, all right, I'll give it a ring.
It rings a few times, and eventually there's a telltale sign of a connect and a scribbling, like the sound of somebody writing on the other end, and just it's obviously have gone through, but they're waiting for you to speak.
Hello, Ms. Bradley.
Yes.
Hello, got a mutual acquaintance of ours, Ryan Crawford, told me you might be able to help with a few questions. Some stuff going on in Juneau.
Depends on the questions, but
yeah, you know, the usual run-of-the-mill stuff. I don't know what the usual run-of-the-mill is. He didn't give me much information on you, so
well, you have more than I do. So, but
all right.
And there's just more scratching and more like note taking. Obviously, this conversation is very distracted right now. Let's not talk about this over the phone.
Yeah.
I have, and you hear a few page flippings and some like shufflings of notepads and things out of the way, and there's just this no. Does 5:30 work?
Yeah, I got nothing else going on. Where
okay. And she'll kind of read off an address for you. It's on the north side of town.
Okay.
It's actually by the museum. We'll put it there.
Okay. All right, I'll meet you there at that time. Anything I should bring, or?
I mean, you're asking me questions, right? Maybe a notebook? I don't know.
Nope.
And then there's just a click on the other end.
Well, okay, that's great. I'll be there at 5:30 at this address, and I'll see you then. Then I'll snap the phone shut.
All right.
So, I'm curious at this point. There'd probably be word about a house having disappeared because nobody actually told Red in person about Peter's house or the fight. So
Yeah.
what does it look like now a couple days later?
I think that gives you a perfect chance to head over there, and we'll cut out and then down and over to Dimitri. Dimitri, where are you this morning?
I am probably in an apartment taking seeing if anyone had texted me about job like Steve, or taking notes in journal about Kay in their demon form.
Yeah. Funnily enough, you do get word from Steve this morning. Specifically about a couple of wolves interested in hunting down. There's been word of them hunting down a hunter who's been stalking them.
What is name? Is he texting me?
Yes.
What is name of hunter?
Let's go here. Simon Berger.
Belmont.
All Any other information?
Shoots you a last note of address of Simon. That actually puts you pretty close to where you were watching the Crawford house.
Okay.
So, and he says, if you need backup, let me know. I can probably find somebody to like go on assignment with you.
All right. Many thanks. I will gear up and head out.
All right. So scenes are set and prepared. Who would like to go first? All right. What does Gallant do to prepare for this state dinner sort of situation?
Well, I'm heading over to Steve's in hopes to either run into Dimitri or then, well, that's actually about it. I don't know where the hell anyone is, so. Yeah, so that's what I do.
Okay.
Yeah. Once I get there, kind of saunter in and be like, hey, Steve.
Yep. Here, morning, Gallant. And he's currently pouring out of a pot of coffee behind and just kind of gestures to you.
Where is everybody? Where's Dimitri?
Dimitri's at his place. I think it's a little early for morning drinks. Do you want coffee? I got coffee.
Yeah.
You drink coffee?
Yeah, I do.
Kind of just like sets the cup he's been filling, the mug he's been filling, and then grabs another one and starts filling that one. So, what's got you riled up this morning?
It's not good. Do people not get together anymore? Like, meeting place, everyone kind of regularly comes together. That not a thing anymore?
Do you mean like a breakfast club?
We're all in the game here. I'm talking about a daily or semi-daily, gathering.
That's old school, Gallant. I mean, you could try implementing it, but
fuck.
You have this thing in your pocket that can talk to anybody at any time.
I hate my cell phone.
I was just texting Dimitri about a thing. Do you need him right now?
Oh, man, I haven't seen him since the fight. I want to talk to him.
All right. He kind of like stops and texts Dimitri. And he's like, Gallant's looking for you. Come collect him.
Yeah, he will.
And
do you want anyone else?
I'm gonna text Kay at the same time. It's gonna take me twice as long. When Steve asked, "Do you want anyone else?" I'm like, hold on, I'm concentrating. And my text to Kay says, "You question mark ... Steve's send."
What time of day is this?
Morning.
Morning? Okay, cool. Cool.
We'll say right after you get the call from Conrad. Just for...
Okay, awesome. Oh, cool. Okay.
And then there's a house emoji 5 minutes after.
I hate it. All right. I will say, I'll text back, you owe me coffee and breakfast and an explanation when I get there. And it'll be like 5 minutes later and I'll have changed and I'm just going to use one of my debts on Steve to just appear there.
Wow. Way to use a debt.
It's why I still have one on Steve. It's fine.
Steve jumps and is like
He's
has
behind
just
the bar.
put the coffee pot down. Is like, fuck. All right. Whew.
Good morning.
Oh, morning. Coffee.
I just turn and stare at Gallant. Coffee.
I'll say, hang on. And then I'm like grabbing my phone to read the text that she sent me. They sent me, excuse me. And then I like put my glasses on. I'm like,
Yes, please, Steve. I would very much.
Just
I need-
pours the coffee in.
Thank you.
Like shakily hands it over to you. It's like, could you get on the other side of the bar, please?
Oh, yeah. And Kay will put the coffee down on the bar and just like hop, like sit on it and then just spin around and slide
Sure.
off. Yeah.
Whatever.
And then grab it.
Do you want breakfast?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Gallant is getting me breakfast. And this coffee.
sure.
And any other coffees I need today. Because
I-
it's going to be a long day.
I pull out my cash, and then I pull out my coin purse.
Your checkbook. Your inkwell pen.
Harper, the usual. Here, just a clanking back in the kitchen, and just what?
Nothing.
So, is anyone else? Dimitri, did you respond?
Oh, Dimitri said like very well, and we'll drive
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Doesn't instantaneously appear, but
Yeah.
Well, I feel a little unprepared, Kay. I didn't think you'd actually respond.
Oh.
should I get red here? Okay. Since you're having a meeting of the minds.
Was Red there at the battle?
No. To Gallant. And. I mean, you do what you want, Steve. I'm not like.
All right, I just text Red. Breakfast.
Okay. There's going to be a long pause, but then there will be a be right there.
Oh, during this time, I text Lauren and I say, "Hey, I'm gonna be late for breakfast. I had to step out."
There's a. I
You have time-
heard.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool.
So, all right. So, the two of you are there. What conversation? Do you guys get up to any conversation before?
I'd like to. Yeah, I didn't actually want a breakfast meeting.
That's what you get.
Yeah,
That's what you get.
apparently. I'll say to Kay, so how you been this week, since everything?
Been okay, I guess. Didn't really go anywhere. Just kind of stayed at home. Kind of thought maybe I should poke around my own house for a change, and didn't really do anything. It's kind of nice to have a couple of days where nothing happens. You know?
You done killing people? Your list?
No. Almost, but you know.
Damn.
Yeah.
You doing all right doing what you did? I mean, he had a shotgun, but might as well have been a BB gun against you.
I looks around. Kay looks around, and just kind of, if Steve is still there, we'll just kind of like eye them a little bit, and just kind of. Steve, could we have a second?
Sure, I'll go help Harper in the kitchen. It's not my bar or anything. Just kind of like saunters off with his cup of coffee in his hand.
Kumal, you said you've been doing this a long time, right?
Yeah.
Have you known many other tainted before? Others who have made pacts and such?
Yeah, I have. It's actually wizards and tainted go way back. It's one of the things that we're careful not to do, make deals.
Have you ever met a tainted who was more demon than human on like a normal day?
Yeah. They didn't live very long back then.
Okay. um I think I'm stuck now.
You stuck as in can't move forward or backwards, or stuck as in past the point of no return?
I think I'm in a bit too deep. I don't think I can come back from this. Lauren seems optimistic, but Lauren also is exceptionally naive.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you ever seen anybody come back from something like this?
I've seen people try. But I'm not giving up on you. I've never seen a tainted come back, but I came back from from some pretty dark places. So, hell, maybe those tainted just needed a wizard helping them.
I think my problem is that I'm not surrounded by darkness. It's in my soul. It's in every fiber of my being. I can't just get away from it. It follows me everywhere.
I know. But
I feel like if I try to get rid of it, it's gonna just, I don't know.
souls can be changed, Kay. Darkness can be cast out.
But if there's so much darkness inside someone when it's cast out, what's left?
guess. Just someone different, someone new. Even if they're no longer that thing they were before.
Yeah.
You got any more people you have to kill? Humans?
Humans, no.
Alright, that's a start.
Are you familiar with the Dumas family?
Yeah, I've heard the name once or twice.
Well, they are some of the other tainted in town, and are apparently a nuisance. But once I'm done with all that, well, I'll be done with all that. So, you can see if there's anything left.
Hold on to the things that keep you grounded. Remember when you're out there doing what's hard. Remember that you have Lauren to live for. Fight the darkness for her. If it's not enough to fight for yourself, fight for Lauren. So she doesn't have to be the one who puts you down.
You hear a small crash from the kitchen. Everything's all right. How does everybody like their eggs?
Burnt.
Damn you, Matthew.
Damn it.
All right. Okay. 1 sec. About that time, guess Dimitri walks in the door. 1, take intimacy moves.
Oh, gee. Oh, gee.
Oh, mine's nice. Just give me a debt that you have on someone.
Fuck. I don't have many. You can either...
I know, but I get it.
I'll give you the one I have on Steve. God damn it.
Yay!
You did all that work to get that 1 debt on Steve.
Hey, and it's like I never spent that 1 debt on Steve. It's all good.
See, it feels only right since I'm the one who dragged them here. You take a -1 on going to escape, because I do care about you.
That's so rough.
It's so...
It's so bad.
It's real bad.
And that only goes away when?
When they...
I have an intimacy move with anybody else.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll wave at Dimitri when they enter.
Ah, hello.
Hey!
Hello, friend. It has been many days. How are you? And he'll go up to him and, like, check him. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Did you want a hug?
Yes.
Okay. I'll give me a hug.
What is for breakfast? Vodka and very underdone eggs?
Well, I like mine a little more burnt.
I like my vodka a little more coffee flavored.
Yeah, I try not to drink. I got a drinking problem.
I believe they do make coffee flavored vodka, but it is not. It is not good.
Keep that in mind.
And I will order vodka and eggs.
Of course you will.
Pair so well together.
Steve
You
comes
train it
bumbling
special.
out. with anticipating you showing up, 3 plates of food, kind of just like sets them down in front of you and then like, hey, here, coffee or vodka. Pointing at you, Dimitri.
Vodka.
Vodka.
Da.
Kind of like turns around and just like, it's like, shot, single, double.
I'll have equal this morning. I will have it on the rocks.
Okay. Single or double?
A double.
Okay.
Yeah. Dimitri, I heard you want to talk to me. Is this something private or?
He'll kind of shoot a glance to Kay for a second and say, well, perhaps later we can.
Okay. So, well, I didn't really have anything. I'm just used to seeing people in the morning back when we used to hunt and do things. And, oh, I know. And I'll throw my invitation on the table between them. I need a date.
I'll pick it up and start looking at it. The mayor, you are a popular man.
Yeah, that's me, Mr. Congeniality, 1978.
And apparently 2018, 19,
19.
whatever year this is. They're going to address you on stage. This is very exciting, no?
Yeah, it's really exciting. I mean, I was wrongfully convicted. I guess they have to do this for public sake.
Steve kind of like sets the vodka down and is like gestures like, can I take a look at that?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's pretty fancy.
I mean, my case was all over the news when I got exonerated.
Oh, I remember. It's about the only channel we get in here. So, that big honor. I mean,
So,
I'd close the bar down for a few hours.
well, Steve, I'm really
I'm just kidding. I don't want to go.
good. All right, great. So I was thinking either Kay or Dimitri could accompany me since they're the only people I really know anymore.
Slide the invitation over. It's for tonight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll slide it over towards Dimitri. I have plans tonight. Sorry.
Oh,
All right, I will get my good coat.
alrighty. I'll try to dress smart. I got a suit I could probably put on. Maybe put something in my hair. Comb my beard. Do you have a car, Dimitri?
I do. I have truck.
Oh, we both have trucks. That's nice. Is yours newer?
No.
How is that possible?
I love the look over at the character sheet.
Mine's from 1997.
It's probably a little better than that.
All
It's in
right.
1999.
2001.
How about you pick me up and do the driving, since I might get 3 sheets to the wind tonight.
Very well.
All right.
What time?
Whatever it says there.
Dinner's at 5:30, so
Fuck, that's an early dinner for going. All right.
it was a Thursday. So
Yeah, that's all I got. That was my big thing.
think about that time Red shows up.
No. Oh hell.
Walk in, have a look around, but first stop I'm gonna do is go over to Steve.
Morning.
Morning, Steve. I gotta warn you. The FBI agent Crawford was asking me some questions about your little group, like he knows that it's what's going on. Has he been in yet?
No, but when was this?
I wasn't here the other day. It was Tuesday after Yeah, Tuesday after we went out for burgers with Lauren and Dimitri and Kay.
Oh, right. The Glaive Knight.
Believe not.
Glaive Knight, yeah. Ask. And he points at Kay and then points at some like cuts in the floor from Lauren's glaive practice.
This is what I get for giving up going to bars.
Kay's just staring at their coffee and just smiling.
It was entertaining.
I just wanted to give you the heads up, and if he comes snooping around asking questions, just might be looking for lies.
Thanks for the heads up.
So,
So you know Kay. Have you met?
You sent me out with Dimitri.
Yes,
Yeah.
we were in car once.
Yeah. Gallant.
And you must be Gallant. I know the voice from the phone.
Yeah, I heard about you, but we haven't met. And I'll extend my hand for a handshake.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Good to finally meet you. This group Steve's been talking about, haven't actually got to meet any of you yet. Outside sitting in a car watching a house.
Yeah. What brings you by?
Got a message saying something about breakfast.
Oh, yeah. We're just having a
was,
little powwow.
I was going to check out a spot to give some information to someone I know, and spot wasn't there anymore. Did the houses just disappear like that, or is this something to do with why Kay was looking a little beat up the other night? I'll take a look at Kay.
Turn and face red. You remember that job that Peter had you looking into?
Yeah, looking into the Revenant.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that anymore.
Is the thing not coming after me or any of us?
Well, you don't have to worry about it in regards to Peter. Peter is out of the game, as he would say.
That because of what he did to Brody.
Sure.
Okay. Just get a try of water for a change, Steve.
Got it. Do you want coffee too?
Yeah, 2 cream, 2 sugar, please.
He pushes the thing of cream and the thing of sugar across. You can do the work
And
yourself.
he just dumps in a lot more than 4.
Are you some kind of associate or friend of this Peter?
I was spent my free time just keeping an eye on his husband. Just there was a vampire that Peter pissed off that might have been coming for him. So spent a lot of time just looking at that house, and having it gone's kind of got me rattled. But there was a darkness that was growing in him, but it still makes me sad. I mean, we spend time talking.
So you were his minion?
No, I just doing a favor.
He ever do you any favors?
It's too early for me to try and think up lists here.
Yeah.
Peter played all of us, Red.
In the brief time I did spend with him when I had him imprisoned, I might say he was a sinister son of a bitch. A uniquely...
Well, 3 weeks ago, he was just a big nerd. So,
Yeah.
been a interesting 3 weeks.
People change fast in this town.
I'll get over it. So, there any particular grand plan with this little group Steve put together?
Well, Gallant was asking about a breakfast meeting or something, so Just didn't know if anybody was met up anymore, so kind of just threw it together.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, that's what we'd do. We'd kick the can in the morning before some of us had day jobs, some of us were retired. We don't have to, I'm just saying.
Yeah, maybe when I'm retired, that's what I'll be doing on my mornings.
Well, hey, if you go to prison, if you get falsely imprisoned for a decade, they'll actually pay you when you get out. It's nice.
Yeah, I don't have a decade. I got a husband to get home to. Kind of hoping this town doesn't break me before I go the way of Peter, you know.
Oh, yeah? You been going under some changes, too?
There's a fog about me. I'm starting to care less, starting to lie. And I pulled the flask that I had told Peter, not Ghost Peter, out of my pocket, and I set it down in front of me. But it has a photo booth photo of a happier looking younger Red and a chubby fellow, balding hair, rosy cheeks, just looking happy in a photo booth, packing taped around it. And it's got some hot glue around the opening to it, just keeping it glued shut. I told someone very important to me that I threw this away, and I don't know why I said it. I don't know why I lied, but it wasn't usually my thing, and this town's just getting voices telling me that I should stick around, and I'm just doing the best I can to ignore them until I can get out of here.
What affairs do you have to settle in Juneau?
A vampire kid, I gotta get home. It's the whole reason I'm here.
Oh.
But I don't know how I'm supposed to drag a 18-year-old onto a plane from here back to Iowa without alerting any kind of suspicion. So the real question is, how can I convince him to come willingly?
He's a vampire?
Yes, little pissant named Chadwick. Look over Dimitri at the one we were looking into the other day.
Yes, we were going to burn his car, but didn't quite get there.
Wait, back up. Who's having you help a vampire kid?
I was hired by a rich vampire. Kid came up here. No real reason why, but money's money, right? Pays good.
All right.
He's not having me track down any kind of humans to kill. I'm just a vampire hired me to look for a vampire.
No, they have other people do that.
I got a reputation. Good at finding people.
I bet you are. I'm gonna just look over at Kay and glance and just stare at them for a bit.
So,
Nothing.
So is Lauren going to be coming in for this too?
No.
Wow. This is a happy little get together, ain't it?
I have some things I have to get done. So I'm going to take my goodbyes, and Kay will stand up and begin walking out and say to Gallant as they walk out, enjoy your dinner.
Enjoy your plans.
Could I follow Kay? Or is Kay going to teleport?
I'm not going to teleport. I have no way to teleport back to my house. So I will be hoofing it the old-fashioned way.
Kay goes to buy a car. That's what happens.
This is actually, yes. This is I need to buy a car.
And Leroy's the one selling the car.
I don't need a car that bad.
He is, in fact, a used car salesman.
Kay would not buy a used car.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You're really rich, especially.
Yeah, I do.
And
I
there's
am
the whole like
the sole
Especially
heir.
insurance money.
and yeah, since your dad's dead now, you're super rich.
Yeah, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would walk out. So I would assume you could follow should you wish to.
Yeah, Red's gonna scoop up the flask, shove it back in the chest pocket, and okay, just a minute. Haven't talked to him in a few days.
Yeah.
That look right there. Is that look because of me snooping around your house?
If you want to talk, you can come with me and we can just walk and talk. 'Cause I have,
Well, I see
as I
this thing.
said-
I noticed you didn't have your vehicle here when I walked in, so that caught me off guard. But if you need a ride, we can drive.
Sure.
So I'll head over to the car.
I will slowly head over to the car. And I'll get in. Just kind of look out the window.
Did you that book we found? Did you find anything in it yet, or have you even looked at it?
I haven't really looked at it. I haven't really done anything the last couple of days.
What's eating at you?
I don't know. Why were you in my house? Why didn't you just ask to go into my house? I would have helped.
Just trying not to put any more burden on you than anything you've already done's. I wanted to find answers, and something inside me just didn't want to ask for help. I feel like the more time I spent around that group, and even you, there's just I feel like I'm losing part of myself, and I'm trying to go things alone like an idiot, but something in this town's changing me in a way I don't like, and I got a demon so far at my butt I'm burping brimstone. And if there's a way I can go about it that doesn't involve you owing it anything else, I kind of want to find that. So far, I think I'm pissing it off by not actually listening to it or asking it for anything, and either that or it's just waiting. But I don't think it has the power that it's convinced you it does.
What do you
But-
mean?
Well, I've never done anything. It hasn't asked me to do anything. I'm wondering, has it ever made you do anything against your will?
Don't. I don't know.
Does it just ask and then you think you have to?
Asking is that's a very it doesn't really ask.
Does it hint that there's something you should do?
It more gives a choice, or rather it hands out assignments and gives the illusion of choice.
And what happens if you say no?
I haven't tried.
See,
You can see what it can do. gestures towards themselves, gestures towards Red.
Yeah, I've seen it, and I mean, I'm sitting here with a leg attached to my body, but it only did that after I said yes. I gave it permission. I don't remember it, but I gave it permission to do those things to me. It might be like one of those, the old TV vampire legends that it needs to be invited in to actually have any effect. That's why I keep the flask with me, because I know it's there. I could use it, but by choosing not to, it has no power. And until this thing decides for fun to rip my leg off again, I'm just going to assume that I have a choice. And I think you do too, if you really think about it and try it. Worst I think it could do is stop letting you turn into, that.
And then what am I, Red?
Kay Belton. I mean, when was the first time you turned into that thing?
Red, I'm scared to say no. Because I don't know what could happen.
It's how a manipulator works. If I'm right, you could go back to being a really, really rich kid who gets to go to concerts and date around town, actually have a life. You got a sister to look after. Your mother's out there somewhere. And this thing is going to eat you alive, and then when it's done, it's going to turn whatever's left on the people you care about.
I have something to do first, and then I'll consider that.
Does it have you on a mission? You got to hurt people? Do you need help?
It would be very ironic if you helped me, Red.
And why would that be?
I got you into this pact, and I found a way to get you out of it.
Well, how about you stop letting it use me as leverage against you? Don't do it. Let me live out the rest of my days like this, and I'll just not listen.
Think about this time you guys pull up to Kay's house.
Don't burn your soul any further for me, all right? I've had a good long life. You've still got decades ahead of you if you let yourself have them. Just a big point of manipulating is to make you think you got no choice. Give you the illusion that you're the one who's making all these decisions for yourself. This is land of the free, right? So got you afraid something's going to happen. But that thing needs you to do its will, not the other way around. Now I'm just going to make sure I word every insult toward it carefully to make sure I don't give it permission to do anything to me. And if I come hobbling up to you with missing body parts, I'll take the wrong. But if it's got you hurting people for me, don't. I
Caleb
got
is-
someone I'm talking to tonight. Maybe find a way out for both of us.
Yeah, let me know how that goes. And Kay will open the door and get out and close it and head inside.
Red.
Yep.
You feel a pressure not on your shoulder, but in your shoulder. Sort of like a tight nerve. And you look sort of like go to look back, and your neck sort of twinges, and you just catch out of the corner of your eye in the rearview mirror a smoky figure behind you.
How's it going,
Red.
Francis?
I need you to understand something.
Yeah, I
You're
need to
not-
have some understanding too.
You're not interesting enough for me to ask you to do anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I try to keep myself boring.
You do a fine job. You're a tool and nothing else.
Yeah, you're
Play
not the
your
first
part.
person to call me a tool.
And you just feel this like pain rip into your shoulder. Take one harm.
All right. Just a little faint harm.
Just a little bit.
All right.
You.
So are you gonna follow me home too? Cause I'm getting out of here, whether you tell me I want to or not.
Do what you want. But please don't interfere.
I'll have a politely to use, please. But I okay a lot.
Yes, you do.
Anything I can do to take some of the weight off their shoulders?
Stay out of the way.
All right, you can leave now.
Just feel this kind of like quick tightening and then a release. And I think we'll cut back to Gallant and Dimitri at the bar.
Okay. All right. Hi.
Hi, friends. So, as Kay and Red have left, Steve kind of looks at like a couple, like a half-eaten plate and a full plate, and it's just like, no, this is fine. I don't, need any overhead or anything. It's fine. Just starts like scraping it into the trash. You two are at least gonna eat, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah. I paid.
Okay.
I paid for it, and I'll throw down some cash.
It's fine. No, bud. I'm gonna go take care of a few things. Let me know if you need anything.
And he leaves.
Yeah.
So around 5 o'clock, I pick you up.
Yeah, that's fine. I guess. Juno, you can get anywhere. I'm so used to living in a.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. What are you? You pick me up at 4. Small.
This isn't big city. This is.
Yeah, this is like my hometown. Yeah, 5 works.
It has been several days, Gallant. Are you, after the magics you performed, are you feeling all right after the events of this house?
Yeah, my magic was working pretty good at the house. I feel good about it, but it's not easy. I'm pretty rusty, if I'm being honest. I used to be better at this, but can't study magic in prison.
suppose not, but apparently we'll get a lot of practice in this Juno. It's quite a bit happening so far.
Yeah, it's always been like this, unfortunately.
This K, how you seem to be drawn to them and helping them. This is correct?
Yeah, it is, Dimitri.
Why?
Because that's what I do, Dimitri. It's what I've always done. I put my nose where it don't belong. I try to help people who need help, even if they don't want it. That's why I look like this, and that's why that's why I look like this.
That is fair to help, but how well do you know them? They transform into a creature. I shot a man I have never met in the head, blew out his eyeball because you said to take the shot, and I trust you.
Yeah.
And I mean, situationally, he was in front of house made of screaming faces in pain. So, but on the other side of that house, if I was watching a creature with demon horde charging me, also not great.
Yeah.
What makes them right?
I've been at this a while, and there are just some people I try to save. It's what I got. They were who I ran into when I started digging around. I don't believe in coincidences. So the fact that I met them first, the fact that they're doing all this to help someone else, or tearing themselves apart to save someone else, to protect other people, that tells me they need help too.
All right, if you trust them, but I will keep one eye open. We heard one side of this story. We did not even hear anything from that thing we killed in the apartment.
Well, yeah, that was a bit much, but that Peter, I met him. I mean, he was everything. And I bet you the more if you want to dig around about him, you'll uncover some dark pieces. But I had him. I imprisoned him. I met him. He was darkness incarnate.
I trust you and your judgment. That's why I took the shot. I'm just wary of all this here.
How you feel about that shot?
In the moment, I trust you. Like I said, I took it because it was a tense situation. It did not seem great, and you are my friend. But had I been friends with this man or this Peter first, I cannot say who I would have shot on the other side.
That's fair. Sometimes it's just about the horse you bring and the person you decide to dance with. There's no real... there's right and wrong choices. But as far as people, we only got what we do. So I'm trying to save Kay. That probably won't work. Probably get my other jaw broken in the process. And then if I survive that, hell, it'll probably just be enough time to save you.
I need saving? I think maybe I save you.
Yeah, that's probably true. But just because someone turns into a devil or a demon doesn't make them our enemy. I know you're a hunter, but they can be allies too. In fact, I'm determined. Now that red, I'm not too sure about. I did not get a very good read on him. He's out here helping a vampire kid because a rich vampire hired him. Now, either he's working for a vampire for money, which is a problem of itself, or he's working for a vampire for money and there's something else, and that something else either explains it, perhaps even exonerates him, or condemns him.
I do not know him very well. We had one day together. We took a very timid approach to investigation. We did not burn any cars. It's very disappointing. But Steve vouched for him. I'm not sure how much else Steve knows. But I also do not have a very good read.
We need to find out more about him.
It's fair.
I got an idea or two. Well, pick me up at 5. I'm going to go back to my sanctum.
Will do. I will press my good shirt.
Yeah, I think I got a suit somewhere. Now I'll leave.
Yeah, and I'll follow and get my car and leave.
All right. Are we feeling intimacy move there? I do feel for Kay and Red previously.
I'll leave that up to Dimitri.
For Dimitri, I'd say yeah. He doesn't open up a ton. I'd say yeah.
Okay. Just take a -1 to escape.
Great.
And if you guys have nothing else you guys want to get done during the day, I think I would like to pick up with you guys getting picked up. I'm talking about for Dimitri and
I do
Gallant.
need a debt from Red though.
Yeah.
Oh God, I have I have 4.
Uh-huh.
I have 4. I'm not giving you one yourself.
Mhm.
Oh, you're gonna like this, Ashley Dumas.
Hey.
Woo!
Oh. Ooh. Okay. Thanks.
I'd like to.
Hey, can you do me a favor and die?
I'd like to do channeling before I get picked up to
Okay.
charge myself. God, please, just please.
And then go ahead.
Yeah, there it is.
What'd you do? Did you miss?
Of course I did.
Why do you always miss?
He's not a great wizard. Well, I get 1 hold, but I can't recharge again, so I have
Yep.
three hold total. Fuck.
And then Dimitri, you're an intimacy move. It's the question thing, right?
I think he probably. I mean, I would have countered it for my question asking you like, why are you helping Kay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Was that answered? I mean, I would count that as kind of my intimacy move because it was natural in the conversation.
I don't know what your intimacy move is. Can you
that's right.
explain it?
Yeah. I get to ask you one question. You have to answer honestly.
What was the question you'd like to ask? And I'll
I-
make sure I answered it honestly.
Why are you helping Kay? Like, what is your draw to Kay?
Yes, that was the most honest answer.
Okay, and then you can ask me one.
Oh shit.
We can do it in the car. Like we could.
Well, all right. Yeah. Well, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So you pick Galan up. You head to the center of town, and
I'm wearing a coat. It's just like this coat, but it's like not battle damaged at all. It's just a very nice version of this coat.
Yeah. I would say that Gallant actually looks better than you thought. Like he's combed his hair, his beard has got oil in it. His suit is a little dated, but maybe like a powder blue kind of thing. But it's it's well tailored. Or
it was the best one he had before he went to prison.
Correct. But it's like one of those, it's what people would pay good money for now because it's vintage.
Yeah.
So my question, I think, would be, so who do you care about? Who do you love? Like, why are you in? And my question is, why are you in this? Why do you hunt?
I hunt because this is what I am good at and all I know. I've been doing it since I was a child. I have been doing it for many decades, and I imagine I will do it until I am cold and dead on the ground.
So you just been trained to do this since you were little, huh?
Correct.
You got any other hobbies or interests?
Vodka is hobby.
Gosh. It's not.
I'm getting Matthew's tweet from PAX. Coffee is not a meal.
But yeah,
It's vodka.
Vodka is not a
vodka is
hobby.
not a meal. And
It's
vodka,
the sequel tweet.
coffee is not a meal, and vodka is not a hobby. Okay. Well,
I will give us a more serious answer.
no, I think that works. Good.
No, that's good. We'll go with that. We'll start with that. That's fine.
Gallant will say, "Well, gosh, I don't mean to judge, but I'm not a teetotaler, but that doesn't sound like a very good hobby."
Well, I mean, I draw and I write sometimes, and he pulls out his journal that has like a picture of Kay, like and notes about how to kill them, and
Gosh.
and then a picture of the vessel we killed and like how to kill it.
Fuck.
I love Dimitri so much.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know how I'm a wizard, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. When I'm not being a wizard, I have interests. Like if I were to show you my journal, it would be like the things I dreamed. Some of which are very dark and foreboding. But like I have a dream journal. I watch you ever see that show Red and Green, like on PBS? I watch that. Oh yes, I have model trains in my home. I have hobbies that don't revolve around the game that we're in.
I was going to say I've been, not hobby, but I've been helping train Lauren. But that's kind of in the same wheelhouse. I occasionally watch movies. I watched the American Phantom Menace. It was terrible, turned me off.
Oh, yeah. Watch a movie, but make sure it's not like Hunted, Killer, Hunter, The Bourne Identity.
Do you have a recommendation?
There's this movie I really like. It's called The Breakup. It's got Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn. It's really nice. It's an unconventional story about love. And what's it like when two people separate, even though they love each other? It's really nice.
Seems sad, but interesting.
Okay, then I don't want you to watch The Hangover because I feel like you do that enough. So let's start with The Breakup. I'll watch it with you if you want.
All right. Where do we procure this breakup?
I have a bunch of VHSs and DVDs.
Excellent. A movie night, perhaps, after this dinner.
I feel like Dimitri would really enjoy spaghetti westerns. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and so would Galat.
Yeah. All right, so you guys pull up. You guys find yourselves. It's not like there's a whole lot of like fighting for parking at Juneau City Hall. It's kind of there's like a stateroom. Kind of take your ticket when you go in, and the host for the evening sort of looks down at your invitation, looks up at you, Gallant, and says, "Gallant, correct?"
Yeah, that's me.
If you would follow me this evening, the Mayor Valentine would like to have a word with you before the events proceed.
Sure, I got my date. I got my +1.
We will have someone direct him to his table.
Oh.
If you would just follow me, thank you.
Oh, but I was told to bring him.
No, yes, you will find him when the meal begins. But if you will just follow me.
Oh, I'm disabled. I can't. He's there to help me.
Then he can follow, but he will have to wait outside.
All right, there we go.
Okay, well, if you'll both follow me, and you can tell there's just that like frustrated cheeriness of retail and like public interaction. Like, I can't hate you, but this is frustrating, and this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. But leads you around, and actually sort of like leads you down sort of the actual like offices and stuff, and leads you into the mayor's office. Kind of knocks on the door and opens it and says, "If you will just wait here, please, sir. Go on to after you."
Yeah, and
We'll be right outside door.
Thank you. And I have my walking stick, which is my staff, and I lean on it.
As you make your way inside the room, the door shuts behind you, and there's a big chair, the whole turnaround thing, and in the chair is an early 40s looking, sort of not necessarily conventionally attractive, sort of rounder cheeks, sort of a rounder jawline, slicked back hair, a little bit of a bushy beard, sort of down to about just past the neck, ruffled suit, looks even more outdated than yours somehow, Gallant. And then seems to be sort of like tapping a pen on the table, and stands sort of like adjusts the jacket, does the button thing, and then reaches out a hand and says, "Gallant, it's a pleasure to meet you."
Your Honor. And I will shake his hand, but I do have a glove on I have gloves on my hands.
Okay. He kind of shakes it and, oh, please, and Ethan is fine, thank you.
All right. Ethan.
Yes. So I don't know if do you know much about me? I definitely want to learn more about you, but I don't know if you wanted a little bit more of who I am and sort of what might be my draw to bring you in this evening.
I assumed I was in because I was falsely imprisoned, and while I was imprisoned, I was savagely beat. My jaw was broken, my leg was broken, my arm was broken, and I had many assaults and stabbings happen to me. So I thought that's why I was here, because...
No. Sorry, yes, that is definitely it, but I am a politician first and foremost. I will not try to dissuade you on that. I understand the sort of caveats that come with my profession. And so I will get down to the brass tacks of what I need from you. I would like a face for reform here in Juneau. And yours is a face that has seen things.
A face for a what?
For reform. Juneau is... I don't know if you've seen things that have happened since you've been out, but there's been an uptick in crime and just general debauchery in this town that is, shall I say, have the standard citizen, the everyday citizen, sort of wary about the state of our fair city.
You want me to be the poster boy for reform?
Yes, I would like you to work with me. See, your case is well, just terrible. Something that we see all too much of.
You mean you keep wrongly arresting and convicting people?
No, just a general state of doing the wrong things to the wrong people. Sort of, you represent the past wrongs of Juneau, and I would like to right them starting with you, Mr. Gallant.
Who are the wrong people? Could you be specific?
And he sort of he sits down finally and sort of unbuttons the suit and leans back a little bit and says, "Now, Gallant, I think you and I both know who I mean by actually the wrong people."
I don't. I know who I mean. I don't know who you mean.
I've heard you're a little bit of a, I don't want to say stickler, but man for the right words. Those that go bump in the night, if you will.
And that's not you?
It's never been me, Gallant.
And
now, before we go any further, let me tell you a little bit about myself. And he kind of like stands up again, does the suit, and goes over to a wall. And It's got portraits of previous mayors of Juneau.
Mm-hmm.
And he points at what the 8th mayor says. Elijah Valentine, my great-grandfather, one of the first mayors of this city. It's always been like this. And he points. My uncle, Elias Valentine. It runs in my blood. Juneau, this office, everything about this city. I don't like seeing it get interrupted.
I glance over at the 8 mayors.
Well, the 8th.
Yeah. I look back over. You got my attention.
I thought so. And he stands up. But we have a dinner waiting us.
I have someone here tonight, and I know someone else. I'd like to bring them in on your crusade.
There might be time for that later.
All right.
But if you'll follow me.
All right.
And, yeah. We'll cut there for a moment. Okay, what's up?
Fuck.
Hi. Are you asking me what's up, or are you saying, okay, what is up?
What is Kay up to?
What is Kay up to? Okay. Kay just wanted an excuse to not be around these people who were at Steve's bar, so that's why they wanted to leave. But I think they would realize that not having a car is really inconvenient, so they would do just like they would do a quick look-see and probably purchase something via the interwebs to pick up later. And they would read the file or the journal that they had left aside for a couple of days.
All right.
See what all that business is about.
Yeah. So I think one of the things we'd left off on in that there was sort of a very like evident sort of cipher.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think the sort of surface text talks about mainly business dealings, but it's very bland. It's very like noteworthy, like or not noteworthy. Mostly number runnings for the transportation company that Xavier II ran.
Uh-huh. Okay. I guess the first thing I would do is I would go to see in his office and also in their bedroom if there was anything hidden that I could find that maybe had a cipher or anything like that.
Okay.
I don't like that there's a Wikipedia article about Mayor Valentine's descent. This is not great. I don't like it.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
No, I don't want to. This is too real now. Okay. Yeah, I want to try to see if I can find if there was a hidden cipher anywhere. If not, I have other plans, but that's the route I want to go first.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what kind of move that would be. Actually, you know what that would... I kind of feel like that would be hitting the streets, but
But in my own streets.
yeah. But that's name who you're going to.
The secrets.
Is this a place
Yeah.
of power?
Not really. Places of powers are pretty specific in the words of like the book.
Yeah. Oh. I have to hang on. I forgot
Yeah.
that you mark the factions when you have intimacy moves.
Yes, don't
Okay, cool.
forget to do that,
I'm
everybody.
gonna do that. That's important.
Is
Okay.
everyone forgetting to do that?
Yeah. Well, okay, I guess I can't really. There's not really a move for it.
No. You know what? Did you have any debts on your father?
At one point, I did at one point, and now I don't.
I'm gonna say that we're gonna use that to honor a debt humorous.
Protein.
Humorously?
Okay.
Humorously. However you say
Okay.
that word.
Okay.
But we're doing great, y'all.
We're doing real good.
Humorously. Yes.
Humor.
Posthumously?
Yes, that is.
Yeah, that one.
Gotcha, buddy.
It's been a day.
We're doing good.
This day's been a week.
So true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay then. So if this is cashing in a debt,
Yes.
how about a worthy and useful gift without cost?
Yep.
Seems applicable. Give me that good old cipher system.
Mm-hmm. But yes, correct. So we're gonna go ahead and that'll mark, and then brain fart. Information. Yeah, I think you knew your father well. In one of the books that he didn't keep in his study, but he kept in his bedroom, on the nightstand. I'm trying to think. The Old Man in the Sea. We'll go with that. There is a small code written on the inside cover, connecting pages to letters to that sort of thing. And you spend most of the rest of the day, if you want to, going through and sort of etching out what this really talks about. And what it seems to be is a journal of all of the stuff your dad got into for the patron. Every job, every task, every offer made. Very, very detailed notes of the ceremonies of Xavier's and yours joining, and anticipation notes for Lauren's.
Okay. How thick is this book? How filled is this book?
I mean, it's totally filled. I'd say it's probably like, I don't want to use that. I have a trying to think of like all of the books that I have here. None of them are the right size for what I'm thinking.
Is it like that?
No, I'd
Or, like,
say like
thinner?
it's a thinner, smaller journal,
Okay,
something you can kind
okay.
of like almost fit into like a back pocket if you need to.
So like that.
Yes, yeah, something like that.
That's a lot of pages.
Yes,
Okay.
but it does his entire life from when he's 18 to pretty much the end of like all of his interactions with his patron. and how that looked for him.
Do I see any sort of similarities?
Definitely.
Okay.
And you do find note of, at one point, an offer for 6 souls in exchange for 1. And it notes your mother's name.
Wow. Cool. I make sure I do this where Lauren cannot see it. As an aside, if she is there that day.
I think she
or
heads out
later.
after the burnt eggs excursion.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
she kind of like calls out. She's like, I gotta go. I got work today. Real work, not hunting work. I promise. She's got on like a frock for like a grocery store.
She's an actual
town.
grocery person. Awesome. I'll shout down after her. I'm going out this evening, so if I'm not here, it's an actual thing.
Okay, have fun on your hot date. And just like you hear the door just sort of shut.
Ugh.
I think we'll
Get
pan to
ready
red.
for my hot date.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, I can't think of anything I do along the way to the meeting place with Lola.
Okay. I think we're looking at pretty close to the end time. Do we want to run a little bit longer, or how are you guys feeling tonight?
I think this will take more than 20 minutes.
Yeah,
No,
I
I'm just-
can't really run much longer than I have another game.
Okay.
after this.
All right.
So let's go ahead and cut there.
Okay.
I think that's a good stopping point.
What's
this
gonna
evening.
happen at the dinner, Taryn?
Who knows?
Murder.
Who
Y'all,
knows who you're gonna see there?
y'all, I just advanced.
Ooh, I almost.
Yay!
I had my first advance earlier.
Nice.
So, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Urban Shadows, y'all. Always so much fun.
Yes.
So go ahead. Let's go ahead and outro. Who we are, where we can find you, favorite moment from tonight, and then don't forget about our outro move that has to do with faction stuff.
Ooh.
If you learn something meaningful about a faction, increase your score in that faction by 1 and decrease your score in a different faction by 1.
Right.
Tell the MC how your relationships with those communities have changed. And if you did someone a favor at a cost, tell the group you owe them a favor. If you did someone a favor without redress, tell the group they owe you a debt. That kind of stuff.
Okay.
So who would like to go first?
I'll go. Hi, folks. I'm Matthew Foreman. I'm at Matthew W. Foreman on Twitter. You can find me over here on Sundays and over on Dice Priori on Wednesday and Fridays, where I run 2 D&D games every week, and I love it. My favorite moment, God, I have to say everything. Why are we so good at this? And why are we not an HBO-sponsored actual play? That's what I don't understand. I don't understand. Where's the contract? Where's the money?
Where is it?
And then as far as outro, I'm actually gonna take one down for mortality and take one up for power, because I wanted to be clear, Taryn. I have no intention of properly serving him.
Oh, I know.
Okay, I just didn't want to be lying and not have to roll or something. You know what I mean?
No, you're good. And
Okay. I don't think he cares one way or the other.
that was a very base level conversation for what
Yeah.
is probably to come. So
I'm so nervous.
Oh, y'all, it's not good.
What could Ethan / Emery /
No.
whatever Valentine
no,
be
no,
getting
no,
up
no.
to?
Yeah, I'm just. I thought when you were gonna pan over to the paintings, it was just gonna be the same guy.
Same thing.
I was like, there it
I
is.
wasn't gonna do that.
Hey, I live for that. I live for it. All right.
There's just a couple instances of his likeness in the history of the town.
It's not good. Okay, that's me.
Yep.
All right, I'll go. Hi, I'm Max. I can be found at allmaxd20 on Twitter. This is the game I got going on because it's all I can just mentally handle thinking about all the time. And my favorite part of the night was that we all were finally in the same room. It's the first time it's happened, and we're on episode 8 now. And I do believe there was a shift where I'm definitely losing one from mortality when it comes to factions. I'm just not sure whether I should put it with power or wild. Taryn, do you have any suggestion for me as I'm dealing with both?
I'm gonna say power because you pissed off some wild. No, actually, you're dealing with wild more. I say wild.
Okay. So now I'm at 0 with mortality, -1 with night, 1 with power, and 2 with wild. So yeah,
Nice.
I'll leave it at that one for the night. I don't
Sounds
think I
good.
advanced anything as far as with wild, as they were the only ones I really interacted with tonight.
Did you say your favorite moment?
Oh yeah, that was that we were finally all in the same room.
Right, correct. Awesome.
I can go next. I am Ty. You can find me here. You can find me at Ballin' Brawler on Twitter. You can also find me on Mythos Mystery Society. We'll be playing a second episode of Slow Boat to China in about half an hour, run by Dave. My favorite moment from I don't think he switched factions. Nah. Your mortality, right, Gallant? Okay, then yeah, he wouldn't switch factions. I think my favorite moment from the night is probably the mayor. I like having a new not great character being introduced. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that.
New villain. So good. Taryn, you did such a good job.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Maria.
Hello, I'm Maria. You can find me at Happy Capster on Twitter and all the other places on the internet. You can also find me at Society Goblins, also on Twitter, where we do a lot of D&D 5e homebrew magic items and stuff like that. You can also find me here on Variant Rolls multiple times a week, tonights, and then on Monday nights with Grim Femmes, and on Thursday nights with Project VHS. It's a lot of stuff, a lot of emotions, all week, many emotions. I don't think I changed any faction shiftiness yet.
Not yet, but your date with the nighttime is
My nighttime dates. That might change some things. My favorite moment. I really hate Ethan Valentine, but my favorite moment I think was the Gallant and Dimitri conversation, because I just want to know more about them, and the only way to do that is for them to talk, and they talk together, and it's great, and I love it. I love it. So juicy and so wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. I'm Taryn. You can find me on Twitter at TarzanNoZ, here on Sunday nights and here on Thursday nights, same time, but space, and as a player. My favorite moment from this evening, because I don't do any faction shifts, except for I shifted into the Powers faction for this evening. So I think getting to reveal some juicy stuff about Ethan Valentine and or Emery Valentine, depending on which point in history you're looking at, and having done some research into like actual mayors was a lot of fun, but it was good. And then all of the intimacy moments tonight were amazing. You guys, I hardly have to do anything. It's great. I just get to play evil dudes, evil people. So Maddie, are we thinking Maddie? I need diverse games. There's Pro Restarter, Welcome Party, Does anybody have anything particular they would like to raid this evening?
Maddie's doing a fundraiser right now. If we
Sound good
wanted
to me.
to,
Go
if we
for
wanted
it.
to hop on that.
Okay.
It's all you, buddy.
Thank you all for joining us this evening. We hope to see you back next Sunday for more Urban Shadows, Juno, Darkness Beckons. And if you like what we do here, follow us, subscribe to the channel, and follow us on Twitter for all the good stuff that we do. We're going to go ahead and throw it over to Maddie Games. I think I spelled that wrong. There we are. Did I do that wrong? Yep. There we are. /raid. That makes more sense. Yeah, we're doing great, y'all.
We always eventually get there.
Yep. Yeah. So.
That's
everyone.
the wrong one right now. It says we're rating the games with an S. We rated the wrong place.
Oh well.
Bye.
Well.